Greetings and salutations. If you have been around for a while, I want to thank you for sticking around. If you're new here, I want to thank you for stopping by. My name is Eric Moss. I am a modern-day performing strongman, motivational speaker, and personal trainer. If you're unfamiliar with what a modern-day performing strongman is I perform feats of strength as part of a live show, kind of like a modern-day version of the sort of thing you might see during vaudeville and in the circuses of old with strongmen like the Mighty Atom and Alexander Zass and Sigmund Breitbart and that sort of thing. So, being a modern-day performing strongman as well as personal trainer, I know that people have questions for me about my approach to strength, my opinions on strength and stuff like that. So I started a YouTube series called Ask Eric Moss, where I would encourage you to ask me a question in the comments below. And when you do that, I get back to you with your very own custom video. Pretty neat, right? So this question comes from Daniel Roses. And he says, "Hi Eric, I have a question. If I do isometric training 3 times a week, should I train isometrics after or before my routines?" Thank you for asking that, and it is a great question. So the answer, like many things when it comes to this stuff, is it depends. It depends on what you're doing as part of your standard routines. It depends what you want to get out of it. So I'm assuming that we are talking about overcoming isometrics, which is essentially pushing against immovable objects with as much of the impossible force as you can generate, which in doing so trains your motor units to be able to exert more, to be able to activate more muscle fibers, to recruit them better. So as a general rule, you want to be able to do that when you are freshest, when you are most likely to be able to get that contraction. Now, having said that, sometimes, and it kind of depends on what your goals are, is sometimes you have to be able to perform those contractions when you're kind of tired. You know, with me as a modern day performer, I might have to do 2 performances back to back, sometimes even 3 performances, which means that I have to be able to do it tired. You get good at that which you train. And also as a general rule, when it comes to training, what you put first in your workout is usually what is going to get the best adaptation. Now, having said that, one of the things that I would encourage you to do is as you're doing the isometrics, unless you have some kind of way of measuring it, I want you to pay attention to the way everything feels as you're doing it. Train it a bit before, sometimes train it after. I would vary it up a bit. One of the things is, like, with isometrics, there doesn't tend to be a lot of variety. You know, like, it's hard to play with the sets, the reps, the load, and that sort of thing. So you have to find ways of keeping the workout the same, but being different at the same time. And also it's like after a period of time of doing that, take some time off specifically from isometric training, and then give it a go again and see how everything is feeling. Your strength gains won't go anywhere unless you go too long without it. But I hope that answers your question. If you have more questions or you want or follow-up questions or anything like that, or if I didn't explain it in a way that is satisfactory, please let me know by dropping another question in the comments below, and I'll create a follow-up video. If anybody else has questions for me, drop it in the comments below. And of course, you know how this YouTube thing works. If you like the video, let me know by hitting that like button. If you want to see more of this sort of thing, or you want to see the vlogs I do for my various shows, hit the subscribe button. If there is anybody that you think should see this, please share it with them. You know how this works. But in the meantime, please stay happy, healthy, and strong. Eric Moss, over and out.